So we have seen how to install a private theme. That is where we ended yesterday. Once that the theme is installed, we need to customize it. The default options may not be suitable to our web page content. Structure will remain like that. The appearance will remain like that, color combination. To an extent, you can change the sidebar, the footer, but then change editing the menu items, editing the logo, the image and content in the slider. So this is all what we can work out with the private theme. So I'm going to show you all this for the Ritmo theme that we have installed. In the same way, you can do it for any theme installed in Blogger. Process remains the same. It is little complex. So because we'll have to do this changes into the code. So let us understand slowly. We don't require any advanced knowledge of HTML. By looking at the code, you yourself can make it out where exactly the change is required. Let us work. So I log in into Blogger. These are the 4 pages that we published, and this is how our site looks like now. Alright, so starting with the menu. I want to have here as mobiles. Instead of business, I want here as mobiles. Below this, I want to show 4 options. Samsung, Sony, let's say Apple, and then Xiaomi. Not 3, I want to show 4. And when someone places the mouse over Samsung, all the models have to be shown on the right side. So my requirement is menu, submenu as well as sub-submenu. Now somewhere the code is written for this menu. That's the reason why it is appearing here. Find out where it is. If I go back to the place where I had pasted this HTML code, if you remember yesterday, this is what we did, edit HTML. There was existing code, inbuilt theme of Blogger. We deleted the entire code and pasted the code that we have installed from XML file. Let me zoom this a bit. Now this is where the entire code of theme is present. So any changes that you want to do, you got to do it here. So how do I know where the code for the menu is written? Control F. When you press Control F, you get this search box. So Control F is used to find. So I want to find where this word is, business, because that is what is written here, business. It is here in the 834th line. But does it reflect the menu? Oh yes, it does. Look at this. We have at the top business, below that internet, market and stock. Exactly reflecting here. So you got to do the changes in the black part, which is a text one. So I want rather than business here as mobiles. Apple. Samsung. Vivo. I want one more, so you can copy paste this line of code. Control C in order to copy, Control V to paste. So I want under mobiles, Apple, Samsung, Vivo, and let's say Xiaomi. After I click on save, I refresh the page, you'll be able to see the updated menu. So under mobiles, we are having Apple, Samsung, Sony, Vivo, Xiaomi. So exactly what we have put there in the code. However, these are all dummy links. No action taken. Nothing. I want a particular page to open when the menu item is clicked. I want this internal page to open when Samsung is clicked. So I copy the address of this. Place it here. So this one point you need to remember that in HTML, Ahref is used to provide links. By default, when it is hash, it means that it is clickable, but no action is taken. You want any particular page to be opened, then that page address you need to define here. It could be an internal page address like this. It could be an external site. Alright, so this is an external link. This is an internal link. Internal link means link within your website to some other page or post. While external link is nothing but link which is outside the site. I save. Now I refresh the page. This time when I click on Apple, sorry Samsung, that page will open up which address I have given. When I click on Apple, apple.com would open up. This is the way the links have to be provided. However, providing external links isn't a proper way in the way that we have done. Because you are losing the visitor. You have provided the link in the same window. Never ever lose the visitor, you need to always retain him. So what can be done? You can provide the link in the new tab. But what is the code to provide the link in the new tab? You have to do a little research in Google. HTML code for link in new tab. So all the external links always provide the link in new tab so that you don't lose the visitor. So many pages are there. Anywhere you can check it. The solution is same. Along with the URL, you have to add a phrase as _blank. Target is equals to _blank. To open the link in the new tab, just set the target attribute to _blank. So let me do that. Okay, this is what it is. Write down this one statement.
Sanjay, could you please allow Sarita? I think she mentioned something in the message.
Okay, let me just check.
Thank you.
Alright, I have allowed. So just keep this point in mind that Ahref is used to provide links in HTML. So wherever you find hash, in that hash, you got to provide the destination page address. We have already done that here. So instead of this hash, we provided the address here. Now in order to provide the link in the new window, when someone is clicking it, automatically it opens in a new window. Your window will be as it is. Then you got to add this special code. So internal links you can provide it or you can have it in the same window, doesn't matter. But external link, professional ways to always have it in a new window. I click on save and let us see whether the changes are reflected. I click on Samsung, it's going to open in the same way, but this time when I click on Apple, it has to open in a new tab like this. So your window is as it is. So your website stats will not get affected because of this link. But if it is opening in the same window, the average time spent by the user will reduce. This will have an impact on the stats of the website. So whatever theme may be, always provide external links in new tab. Code is same for any theme. But it's not done yet. I told you below mobiles, I want all the models to be shown, all the brands to be shown. And when the mouse is put on the brand, I want all the models to be shown. See here. When I put my mouse over Samsung, I want all the models to be shown on the right side. For that, what can be done? What is the logic to be applied? I have one such menu item already here, which is offering me even a sub menu. You got to copy the code of this and place it out here. Let us do it. I go back to theme, edit HTML. This word is a menu which has got even sub menu. Very clearly you can make out what section of the code has to be copied. So I copy this entire lines of code and place it right after home. Click on save. So let's say this one I want as Samsung. Firstly, let's see whether we have got an extra menu item. Yes, we have. This is a way that you can add more items in the menu. So here I want as Samsung S2, S1, S2, S3, let's say. Okay, hope you have got it. You know how to provide the links by just replacing the hash, provide the address of the destination page. This is the way the menu has to be worked. You can shuffle it, you can change the name of it, you can change the links, you can change the structure. And let's say I don't want this uncategorized, I want to delete it. That is pretty simple. Just you got to delete that line of code. So wherever you find like these gaps, so that means this is a line that you need to delete. Every menu item is separated by lines on the other sides. And do not worry about any syntax error that you may get. You can always undo it and you can always replace the code with the file that we have got it yesterday. So whatever the zip file that you downloaded, XML file is always present there. And even if there is any syntax error, you will not be able to save it. It will automatically revert to the previously saved version. Now this uncategorized will not be shown. This is the way we delete the menu item. So hope all the operations are clear for the menu. How to add, how to edit, how to delete. Now coming on to the next section of the website, which is a slider. Sliders make site look more attractive, no doubt about it. But the default content and the image in the slider has no match with my website content. I wish to replace it. So let us begin with slide 1. I want to replace the image as well as the content which is coming on the slider right out here. So find out an image which is relevant to your content. I'll go to Google for it and type some keyword, let's say Samsung Galaxy S12. I want some images. So many images are here. Try to choose an image where the width is more and the height is less. Because that is how our slider is. The aspect ratio is around 1:3. I'm checking for the image where the width is good enough. It's a small image. Try to take bigger images. You can filter the image size from here. Tools, in size, select as large. Let's take this. This is a bigger image. So what I can do here is right click, copy image address, or you can even copy from here. Both are same. Control C, copy. Alright. Now I go back here and I search for slide 1. Slide 1 code starts clearly written. When I go through this code, I find that there is something called as JPG. Image source equals to some URL with JPG. JPG extension is used for images. So most probably this is the image which is coming in the slider. You can confirm it by copying this URL and placing it in the browser. Yes, it is the same image which is coming in the slider. I wish to delete that and have my own image JPG URL in that place. So I'll copy this again. So I've replaced it. And within the slider, the content what you're getting below the image, that is nothing but written in the text format here. You got to tally it from the front end. So I replacing it. The next line, description, I am replacing that with the same content. Okay, let us save and see whether we have got the changes. Yes, there we are. So if you observe, the content has been changed. This post is regarding the Samsung Galaxy S12. Post is regarding whatever that we have typed there. However, the image dimensions do not match. Image what we have chosen is quite bigger than what this slider allows us. That's why we are not able to see the complete picture. So I want to adjust this image so that it sets well in the slider. For this, you will have to adjust the image by using the code height and width. But you and me do not have any knowledge in HTML. But we are smart enough to take the help of Google. So what I'll do, in Google I'll search for HTML code for image height and width. By looking at an example, you can easily make out what change you need to do in the code. So we have placed this JPG URL. In order to add the height and width, I need to add this two piece of code. If I copy this, I'll go back to the template. This is where I added the slider. This time I want to set the height and width of it. So roughly the height and width ratio looks to be 1:3 if you see here. This is the height, this is the width. So let us try. It may work, may not work. So we'll have it here as 100, then width is obviously 300. We do not know what dimensions to be set, only aspect ratio more or less is this one. The image may come very small or it may come medium, it may come larger. But once that you see the size, you'll get an idea whether you have to increase or decrease these numbers. Save. Now that I refresh, image 1 size will be reformed and it is coming too small. So I need to make the numbers bigger. So maybe something like 3 times. So width 900, height 300. Let's see if this works. Better, but not yet fully. There is some gap here on the right side. See, observe. The gap on the right side is little bigger than the left side. So what I'll do, 320 width, I'll make it as 1100. The image is still incomplete, so maybe you'll have to shrink it further, but this is a way that you can set the images. Same way you can do it for each of this slide. Companies charge anywhere between 750 to 1200 per slide, and they will ask you the image, they'll ask you the content. I don't know what are they doing there. So IT, I told you, is all about making money. There's huge margin in IT business. Now I want to have an image which is there in my system. The way that I've shown you how to add an image is not actually a professional way, because we have just copied a URL which is from a website whiting.com. If this site removes this image, automatically even in our site it will get disappeared. So we are always dependent upon this source website. This should not be the case. Moreover, your client may say to please use the image which is giving in pen drive, which is there in the system probably. Then what would you do? Let's say this is the image that I want to have in the slider. I can't copy any image URL like this. Not possible. So you got to first upload this image into the post. Let's do it. So let's have Vivekananda image in the slide 2. For this I go to new post. Need not add any content, only the image, because this image we are not publishing it, but we want to get the URL. That is why we are adding it from our system. Once you have added the image, you are going to get the HTML code automatically here. This JPG URL is the image URL. This is what you need to copy. So Control C, copy. Now remember, we don't have to publish it. We can leave this post as it is in the draft mode. Now the copy of the image which is there in my system is now present in Blogger server. So I don't have to be dependent upon any other website. So even the Samsung image that we have taken the URL, better you right click and save that image in your system, then upload that image in your post. If you want to publish it, you can, or you can leave it in draft mode also. Both ways it will work. Go back to theme. Edit HTML. Control F. Slide 2. So slide 2 code start. So there's a URL for image even for slide 2. I wish to replace it to have Vivekananda image in that place. Save. Now that I refresh, so this way the image is, but the image what we have taken is too big, but the slider dimensions are very small. So what you can do, have the dimensions. So 300, 900, so 350, 350 and 1100. So this is what we used here at the top. There's some syntax error there. So height is equals to, in single quote we need to mention that, 320. Now when I refresh, slide 2, some mistake. The image what you have taken is a square image, that's the problem there.
Sanjay, please check the spelling of width.
Oh, sorry. I think syntax error also, let's see. No, that's correct, right? Okay, WTH.
WIDT.
Yeah. This is single quote. Okay, it has come quite extended, so let us reduce the width. Okay, now better. So like this you got to adjust each of the image in the slider. Once that the dimensions are clear for any slide, same dimensions you can repeat for each of them. I want to add an extra slide to this. Nothing but copy paste. Let's say slide 4. I start from here till it shows up slide 4 code end. So this section of the code I copy and I place it right after slide 4 itself. So logically slide 4 and slide 5 has to be the same. And now I'll be having an extra slide here. There were 5, now we have 6. Look at the 4th and 5th, both are same. But you know how to edit this. This is the way the sliders work. So any theme, any slider, you got to do it in the same way. Now moving on to this all buttons. So sidebar, how to edit, we know it. But this is the part of the theme. By default, there are some dummy links provided. I click on Twitter icon. I'll see that twitter.com/your_username. So somewhere this line of code is written. Control F. Twitter.com. I'm searching for twitter.com. Here it is. So I replace this with my profile URL. Save. Now when I refresh and I click on this icon, I see that my profile page is opening up. Okay. So this is the way that you need to work with this social buttons. Likewise, you will find even for Facebook, Google Plus, LinkedIn. See here. All that is there within this group of code. Facebook, Google Plus, LinkedIn. In this way, you can provide the links to each of your social accounts. We'll come to tags. So this is a nested sidebar, live cricket score, which we have put it there. So sidebar and footer, how to work, we have already seen that. This is the way that a private theme works. What exactly is the tag? Tag and labels both are same. Write it down. Better use tags. Some in WordPress it is called as tag. Here it is called as label in Blogger. So whether tags or labels, they are nothing but the topics which are related to the post. So don't have too many tags. 1 to 5 tags per post is recommended. So what and all topics is my post based upon? Mobile, smart mobile, Samsung Galaxy S12, something like that. So it will be very easy for the search engine to know what exactly is the topic for any particular post. So let us use it. While that you publish the post, on the right side you will find the option to have the labels. Labels. So you can give the topics here separated by comma. Okay. Update. Likewise, even for second post, I have 2 common labels: mobiles, Samsung, okay. Update. Now automatically this will be shown under the tabs. See here. What all labels we have used in the entire website, all that will be shown up here. When you click on any label, all the posts which are relevant to it, where the label is common, that will show up in the results. So we have given this common label for two posts, and both are shown one below the other. So labels are also used in order to group the posts, and in turn you can provide this URL as a link in the menu. Right now what we have seen is how to provide individual link to each page, but you may want to provide a link for a group of posts altogether. Let's say here Samsung. I want to provide a link to Samsung where all the pages of Samsung is shown up, where the common label Samsung is used. So I'm copying this. There's a label URL. I go back to the theme. Edit HTML. So instead of this hash, I replace it with the copied URL. Save. Now see the difference. This time I click on Samsung. Right now, all the posts are shown, but I want all the pages which are only relevant to Samsung. I click on Samsung here. So only Samsung relevant pages will show up. Oh, sorry. Where have we provided that? Okay, here we provided it. So right now in the home page, we have all the pages, but I want only Samsung. So I click here, and only Samsung relevant pages will show up where you have given this label as common. So this is the way that we work with the group of the post. So this is what is the working of the Blogger. So design part we have seen. We are going to work on Blogger again when it comes to SEO. With regard to SEO, what changes are required, that time we'll see. But in the design, if you have got any issues, you can ask. We'll now see how to convert the free Blogger site into private. Now the biggest advantage of doing this is lifelong free hosting from Google. You do not have to pay for hosting. Google gives you lifelong free hosting with automated upgradation. That means based upon the visitor's flow, he is automatically going to upgrade the server. Never the site will be hanged. So that is a huge save on the cost. It means that you just require a private domain name. That is it. So write down this note. To run a private domain in Blogger platform, this is only on a condition if you are using Blogger as an application to design and maintain your website. Let me see if I have any domain reserved so that I can show you how it is to be done. Let me go into GoDaddy and see. You may have taken the domain from anywhere. Okay, this site is already running. I've already set that in a private domain. So let's do one thing. Delete this record. Okay, now it may not work for this domain, but still I'll show you the process. So in order to convert the free website address to a private, you will have to go to the settings. If you want to change from free to free, let's say I want to migrate to 98. So now my site address has changed. I told you all this takes nowadays few seconds, which used to take 1 day, 2 days of manual configuration. Now my site will not work at this address at all. Blog not found, because my new address is 94. Automatically all the URLs will change. All these URLs have changed. See here. So in just a matter of few seconds, you can change your website address from free to free. Now we'll see from free to private. He has changed the interface. Let me see where it is. Okay, here click on custom domain, and I give the address of the domain that I have it in GoDaddy. So that is endcovid. .in. You can even buy a domain from here, but it is going to be expensive. Here it will cost you anywhere around $12 or $13, which is more than 900 rupees. But directly you purchase it in GoDaddy or Big Rock, or could be Shoutcoder, it will cost you approximately 700. So better we buy it there itself, not here. Save. It is going to show you DNS record names. I've already used this domain in other account. Let me It has to show the DNAME records. Let us wait for it. Yeah. Because I'm using this domain already, doesn't show up. Let us replace this domain. So he says to go into the DNS settings and enter the following names. For www, use ghs.google.com and then add a new record. This was already there, which I removed it just to show you. So if you go into your domain DNS settings page, this will be there anywhere that you have booked a domain name. If I booked it in GoDaddy, when I log in into my account, I'll find here DNS. Same way you are going to find this even in BigRock, HostGator, wherever that you might have taken the domain name. Click on DNS. There will be by default a CNAME record. CNAME means control name with the value for www as @ of. The first line is common for everybody. You'll have to click on edit, replace @ of with GHS, Google Hosting Service .google.com. This is the first line, common for any private domain. Then there's another line. So www name, destination, this one. This part is done. This is the CNAME. This one we have done. Now coming to the next one. Name should be like this, destination should be like this. I already had a CNAME record with name as www. But I do not have the second CNAME record with like this special characters. So what I'll do, I need one more CNAME record because I don't have any CNAME record which is stated there. So I click on add. What I want to add? CNAME. The left side value will go into the left box. The right side value will go into the right box. That's it. Once it is done, click on save. Come back to Blogger, click on save again. It will not work because this domain is not there with me. But this is the way it has to be done for any domain. It will show an error because this domain is not resolved with us. But do like this, and within 5 minutes, refresh your website. You will see that a private domain working here. All the addresses will automatically change. What about the visitors which you were getting in the old domain? That will get automatically redirected to the private domain. So you are not going to lose any visitor. Even with the old address, as it gets automatically redirected, people will be getting to know that the domain address has been changed. Next time they'll directly hit the private address. So this is the cost for running a private domain along with the menu, submenu, domain hosting, SSL certification, slider, private email account, social links. The cost would be equivalent to domain name price, which is approximately 800 rupees. With the private, okay, already working now. Good. It's working here. This we have address, we have given manually, that's why. Alright, look at here. The addresses have automatically changed to the private domain. So even if I hit my free website address, which is 94, okay. We have changed the address from 99 to 94, so we have to replace that in the menu links as well. Press enter. See here, automatically it will get redirected to the private domain. Even if you give the home page address, automatically get redirected to the private one. The site gets created in a matter of hours. 1 hour your private domain is ready. There are more better themes than this, but I'm telling you what kind of margin you can enjoy. hardly there is any coding work here. And these kind of sites to start from the scratch will definitely take 1 month. See, these are all the lines of the code for each page. So first is the person should have creativity, and then he has to input all this code without any syntax error for every page. So when someone has already done the hard work for the theme, why don't you make use of it? 99% people do this. Now, coming back to the domain booking, I've already shown you how to buy a domain name, but it makes a lot of sense to buy a second hand domain. Whether you want to buy a second hand house or a car or maybe furniture, a lot of arguments which can go on there. However, when it comes to domain, there is no debate at all. Old domain is always the best one. First of all, very easily you'll get the AdSense approval, because the condition for the AdSense approval is that your site has to be at least 6 months old. So there's no point in having a domain from fresh, starting the SEO with scratch. I will show you shortly how you can have a site where little bit of SEO is already done. Nothing but you got to buy the expired domains. There are several sites which are offering you the expired domains, but I'll give you only one site. Lifelong, it is going to be useful to you whenever you want to purchase a domain name where someone has already done the hard work and left it out. But in this, more than 70% of the websites have already gone to spam. They have become the victim of spam, so there's no point in purchasing those domains. I'll tell you where you can check the spam of the website. So where can you buy used domains? Domains which are very old. For some reason, the owner has forgot to renew and they are now available in the public domain. Again, I remind this point, don't buy fresh domain, buy used domain. So for that, the best site is expireddomains.net. Don't have to go to any other site. He has got an inventory of millions of domains. Every keyword you'll find hundreds of domains available. Every keyword I'm saying. Let's say I want to have a domain on Packers and movers. I think you need to log in. It was not asking for login before. Let me see if I have an account. Let me quickly sign up because we want to search the domain with regard to keyword. I've already uploaded the recorded classes in YouTube. Unfortunately, in the first 3 classes, the audio could not get recorded. Probably from this session, the audio will also get recorded. So I am just figuring out how this audio has to be said. So in YouTube, if you search for Sanjay Technologies Class 2 SEO, Class 3 SEO, you'll be able to find it. In case you don't, just ping me. I'll provide you the links. It will be there only for 2 months. So within 2 months, try to view those videos, work in real time. Don't think that after the entire course is over, I'll begin my work. No. Work parallelly so that all your doubts and queries gets solved in real time. So only on Packers, there are so many domains which have got expired. All these are expired. Some of them are in auction. This is a premium price that you need to pay. Avoid it. Only go with the regular pricing. Whether you are buying an expired domain, which is shown here as available, or you are buying a domain directly, the price is same. But like this, if some pre-stated price is there, that means these are all in auction. If there is any domain which has got good stats and is available at a reasonable price, you can even aim to purchase that. Though the price is higher, but at least that much money would have saved in SEO. But here, these are all extensions which are not SEO friendly. I told you either .in or .com, or with regard to whichever country that you are targeting, that country specific extension. So I can make use of filters here. These are all .com, but I wanted only Packers. There was a filter, okay, show filter. So within this filter, I want to select as .com domains. They have changed again the design here. Okay, so directly you can type here packers.com. Now all these are .com extensions which has got the word Packers. There are 723 domains. Now the biggest question, so which domain should I purchase? Purchase the domain whose age is very old. Point number one. Who has got sufficient number of backlinks? BL means backlinks, which we are going to discuss in SEO. This figure simply means whether SEO is done or not. How much bigger this figure is, that much of SEO is already done. Later we'll get to understand what BL is. So for time being, only three things that you need to concentrate. One is the backlinks have to be, there should be some number here. The domain should be old and it should not be a spam domain. How to know whether the domain is in spam or not? In Google, when you type check spam score, you'll find plenty of tools. Any spam score less than 3 is okay. They say less than 6, but I say less than 3. 0, no one has got it. Even Facebook, it will show 1. So minimum 1 spam score will be there for every domain, but anything less than 3 can be easily purchased without any harm to our SEO work. So the backlink should be there, domain should be available, and the age should be old, and it should not be spam. Later we'll understand what other figures mean. So within this, if you see backlinks here are all 0, though they are available for regular price. You can make use of ascending descending option. Now look at this domain, NikePackersMall.com. Backlinks are heavy, available for regular price, and quite an old domain. But thing is to check whether it is spam or not. For that, what I do, copy this address, try checking in 2-3 sites to be double sure that the site does not have any danger. One to 30% is considered as low spam score. So up to 30% no issues, but beyond that definitely there is a danger. This process may take little time. You will not be finding good domains easily. but it is worth spending time here because this is only one time that you'll be working on. Later, same domain you are going to continue for your lifelong till it is yielding money to you. Asking for registration. Here we can check. You can in fact hit multiple URLs here. At once you can check, I think, for 10 URLs. So 10, 10, 10, 10 domains you can keep posting there. Some issue with the website. How does a site go into spam? All this discussion, we'll leave it in future class. I haven't yet started with SEO. Taking a lot of time. So this was probability of the scam. So till 7, no issues, but I say it has to be less than 3. It has to be in this green zone. Okay, here it is. Check in more sites, but at least in one site when it shows as a very high spam score, there's no point in checking in any other site. If it shows low, then you got to check in multiple websites. Everything is good here. This is what the problem is. So it is going to be little time consuming, but definitely you are going to find a domain with least spam score 1, 2, 3, 4 like that out of 100, and which is very old at a regular price. Almost every student has got it. It takes little time. So this domain is excellent on all parameters, but only thing is it is spam, so there's no point in purchasing it. Where is that? Expired domains. Okay. So I again arrange it. So like this, all the domains I get it, whichever are available for a regular price. Check them. Spam score -6. I wonder how it has shown as minus. It can't be minus, it is minimum 1. Okay. So little skeptical. Don't know what is the issue with that. Why it shows as minus. Let's go with some other one available. Okay, this is what we have seen. Next one, Packers Fanatic Pro Shop. Again, the domain must be speaking about your business. If it doesn't, then you'll have to go further, dig more and more to find out the address which is relevant to your business. Age is old, backlinks are there, price is regular and not in spam. Spam score of 18. Okay, no issues. It is still green. But how much lower this figure is, that much better. That much safe side we are. There's a lot of SEO done into this domain, but maybe this address may not speak on your business because this is an e-commerce topic. So you got to dig it here. So find out like this serially, wherever a domain name is there, suitable to your business, and backlinks are there, old domain, available for regular price. Better to purchase them rather than starting from scratch. So it's time I end my session here. Tomorrow we are going to discuss how to work with a WordPress site. For any questions?
Sanjay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. You were saying like to purchase a used domain, expired domain. I missed the reason why we are going for it. There is a condition you said like it has to be 6 months old or something. Can you please repeat it?
Yeah. In order to apply for Google AdSense account or affiliate account, some websites have a condition that they give it only for old domains. So minimum 6 months old domains. If you are starting any domain from scratch and while you apply for AdSense, it may show a message saying that your domain has to be at least 6 months old. So that's the reason why it is wise idea to purchase it, which is already expired. But that is not the primary reason. We are purchasing these expired domains because some SEO is already done to it. Rather than starting with zero.
Backlinks.
Yes. Backlinks is a most important part in SEO. We'll understand this later. Any other questions, anybody? So you can start searching for the domain name. Once you have shortlisted your keyword, you have any confusion in the keyword, you can always take my help. I told you condition is only one. The searches should be more compared to the results into Google. All the points will come automatically in it. All the 4 points that we discussed in the keyword research class. Only aim at one thing. Searches should be better than the number of results. I don't say higher. 1:50 also I say it is a good keyword. But don't cross 1:100. If the number of results in Google is 1 lakh, here it should be minimum 1000. Minimum. But less than 1000 it is not an optimum keyword for us. And then with relevant to our keyword, we can choose a domain name here. Tomorrow we are going to start with the working of WordPress. నమస్తే మనోహర్ గారు ఆఫ్టర్ లాంగ్ టైం ఎలా ఉన్నారు సార్ గోవాలో ఉన్నా హైదరాబాద్లో ఉన్నా ఎక్కడ అచ్చా